Alright, welcome everyone. So to help out with those who are looking at this video, I'm going to show you how to get your first damage badge in Apex. Whether it's your first 2k badge or if you are going for your first 4k, this video should apply to everybody. Anyways, there are many things that will affect this process, and those are your landing spots, weapon loadout, your playstyle, the teammates that you have, good aim and positioning, as well as some other extra stuff that you would like to learn. So for landing spots, if you're aiming for anything like a 2k badge, look to land in the areas that are close by the hot drops or the large POIs. You want to loot up quick and push in the bigger fights in those large areas right after. If you're aiming for anything past a 3k badge, you actually want to land hot in those areas itself, and just pray that the Allfather have your back and give you a good starting loot to fight everybody. To party everybody that you see, loot as you go. You want to be quick with moving from one enemy to the next, because the last thing you want to happen is enter a fight where everybody is 1 HP. You don't want to worry about the loot that you have, because with everybody you're killing, they will have all the loot that you need, which is going to be my next step. Don't worry about looting every single place you go. Don't worry about checking that supply bin that you forgot to check. Fast rotations is key, and how good players master this is killing with what they could find off drop and loot the death boxes after and just continue. Also with the death boxes, you want to learn how to loot them as fast as possible. If you can visualize what you normally carry in your bag, only pick up those items and move on. What I do is quickly take the ammo that I need, armor swap if I have to, and spam click on all the healing items and attachments and just move on. If whatever you don't need is in your bag, you can always throw it out while you're running, which is our next step. While you're running and you hit your button to go into your bag, your character continues to run. This will save you enough time from having to pick out your items and just standing there doing nothing. Next, for weapon loadouts, what I recommend right now, if you really want this badge, despite this weapon is so much AIDS, for your primary should be the Spitfire with a 2x bruiser or a 3x ranger. It's super easy to control. You have ammo for days for every magazine, especially if the enemy ends their clip and you still have half your clip to waste. It's amazing for mid-range fights, which you can have most of your gunfights in. If you want to play things more over range, switch it out for a G7. This is a gun that you don't really see much people using, but it's so underrated. You will find a lot of success with this. It has great accuracy and does a large amount of damage over range. For secondary, you want to have something good that's up close, and what I recommend is the Volt. Just like the Spitfire, super easy to control and it's very versatile. If you want to swap out those guns, you can use something like a Carbine, a 99 or Eva. Another tip that you want to remember is thirsting knocked opponents actually counts towards your damage. So anytime you get a knock, you want to thirst them as fast as you can. But you have to make sure you're in a safe area to get that thirst, else you are going to be one that thirsted. For your playstyle, you always want to be mobile. Always be on the move to find enemies, and even if you see any at range, always shoot them over range. Don't think about trying to get closer to get to them, to shoot them, however. Do as much damage as you can, even if how far they are, because all that damage is going to add up. You really want to be aggressive. You want to have your teammates push with you, you know, that kind of play style. This badge really rewards those who can push a lot of fights and take on a lot of enemies, not for the ones that like to be playing very passive and wait for teams to finish fight each other and third party everybody when they're low. Now, it would be much easier to do this with your friends. If you talk to your friends and ask them you want some help to get this badge, and if they're okay with it, process then becomes much more easier for you. They just need to be able to keep up with you if, like I said, you're going for this aggressive play style. And to make it even more easier, let them play legends like Gibby and Lifeline together to ensure that you can stay alive as much as you can. If you're doing this solo with random teammates, it is still very much possible, but you need to be much more aggressive to be able to go to these fights. But you don't want to overextend this, because you really don't want to get knocked, and a lot of times you really can't trust these teammates to keep your back alive. They will have some matches where you get good teammates to push with you and to have your back whenever you need it, but some matches you just will not have that kind of luck, to be honest. Lastly is about good positioning and to work on your aim. You always want to be in a spot where you know you could have a fair gunfight to win in, or where you could do a huge amount of damage over range, or in a good position. High ground and utilizing any cover is the way to go. And also for your aim, this is a badge that also rewards somebody with precision accuracy. I hope I pronounced that word correct. So make sure whenever you hop on for the day, you go to the firing range, you can turn on the bots, find a weapon that you're comfortable practicing with, learn the recoil patterns, and all these things will help you get better over time. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. If you think any of these tips will help, comment down below and let me know. Also drop a like on the video and subscribe to help the channel grow and for more Apex Legends content. I hope you all are doing great, keeping it 100, and I hope to see all of you all in the next video. Later.